What happened to the Springfield Three? On June 7, 1992, just after 6 p.m., two women and a teenager left a workplace pizza restaurant parking lot in Springfield, Missouri. Their names were Stacy Smart, her mother-in-law, 43-year-old Sherrill Levitt, 19-year-old daughter-in-law, and they were all related by marriage. They had all just finished their shifts at the workplace pizza restaurant and headed out into the parking lot. Surveillance footage from a nearby convenience store shows all three of them leaving the parking lot and getting into Sherrill S. 1981 Oldsmobile Cutlass. The three of them were supposed to go to a local fair that night, but they never made it. This is what makes this case so terrifying. After the three of them vanished without a trace, all their belongings were found inside the car. Sherrill's purse was sitting on the passenger seat where she always kept it. Her wallet was open, her keys were in the ignition, and Stacy's jacket and pager were in the back seat. There were no signs of a struggle inside the car, or any indication of what could have happened to the three of them. And even more strangely, surveillance footage from the nearby convenience store shows that after the trio got into the car, another vehicle pulled up beside them, and both vehicles drove off in the direction of the fairgrounds. But when police checked the fair, they found that neither Sherrill nor her daughter-in-law or Stacy were ever there. And since then, nobody has seen any of them alive again. There were some leads that investigators ran with, like a guy that Stacy broke up with, a former boyfriend of Sherrill's daughter-in-law, and even an ex-husband of Stacy's, but none of them panned out. All these unanswered questions led to a whole lot of speculation. Did the three of them run away together? Was it a case of murder-suicide? Were they kidnapped and taken to an unknown location? Or did something else happen? None of these questions can be answered because the only lead that investigators had went cold shortly after the investigation started. But there is one strange detail that stuck out to me while researching this case. On the day that they disappeared, Sherrill's daughter-in-law, Stacy, was 5 months pregnant. When the three of them vanished, she was 5 months pregnant and nobody knows what happened to her or the baby. That's not something that I had ever come across before in my research. Typically, if someone is murdered, if they're pregnant, the news media covers that aspect heavily. But somehow I do think that that would have been the case here because I've never seen anything about it anywhere online or in news articles. So I'm wondering, does anybody know any more information about this case than what we do now? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. I also read that a man who worked with Stacy at the pizza place said that she was really a gossip and didn't know many people outside of work. Said that she seemed happy in her marriage, and there were no apparent problems between her and her mother-in-law. He also said that he didn't know anyone who would want to hurt either one of them. In 1996, a woman came forward saying that she was at the fair the night that the three women disappeared. She told the police that she saw a man with a beer gut and mustache arguing with Sherrill in the food court area. She said that Sherrill was hysterical and kept repeating herself, "I'm gonna get even." The witness said that Stacy and Sherrill's daughter-in-law tried to calm her down. Then the three of them left the fairgrounds and got into their car and drove off. Police investigated this lead and several others, but nothing ever came of it. And since then, Sherrill, Stacy, and her daughter Ella have been featured on America's Most Wanted. The case was featured on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries and even made it onto the FBI's website. But despite all the attention that this case got, nobody came forward with any more information until very recently. In October of 2020, a man reached out to the FBI with new information. He said that he received an anonymous tip that a couple of drifters knew what happened to the Springfield Three. If this is true, maybe we will finally find out what happened to these three missing persons. Thank you for watching. If you have any information in this case, please contact the FBI.